and it's gonna wake up right now. But I'm pretty happy that this exists now. The light stays on. Hi, this is Nicole from Purple Dog Custom, and in today's edition of Shop Talk, I'm going to talk about some new developments. As the title says, there's some big news I have to talk. I have some new products, new button, 2 new Dynamo headlights, and an update to my teeny rear light. I have added a Standlight function. And there's a bit of a teaser about my Di2 Dynamo project, how to run Di2 from Dynamo, so stick around. I know a lot of you subscribe to my channel because of my Di2 Dynamo without battery type of video, which I want to thank you, but a bit of a teaser while the video is still being edited. So there's the system. It's not connected to a Dynamo, or in this case my power supply, and it's not connected to anything, so it doesn't work. But let's see, let's connect it to connect the Di2 to my system, and it's gonna wake up right now. There you go. It is awake and everything works. Obviously the batteries take up the slack when the dynamo is on, so let's plug it in the dynamo as if you're riding basically. As you can see, the LEDs light up and it's still running. So first important piece of news, like the title says, it's end of an era. I'll be moving shop, so probably the background around here will change. I'll still keep this piece, but I'll be moving to a much bigger space. So here we are, the future Purple Dog custom headquarters. After renovation, obviously I need to move and I'll do a better shop tour. So definitely a lot more space. When I have a storage room with a ventilation up there. And then there's the hallway. So that's the main entrance. And there's the street entrance where we came in. There's the toilet and the kitchen. Obviously it still needs some work, but it's more or less where it should be. I need to clean, and once I move, I'll definitely do a shop tour. So all my machines are gonna go there, and everything else, the lighter parts would be somewhere on this part. Probably the last 5 years or so, I've been working in this shop where, as you can see, this is one wall and I can reach the other, and it's about 3 meters that way. So total is, I think, about 4 or 5 square meters. I don't know what it comes in feet, but a lot of people on the internet say, you know, they have a very small workshop, and I'm gonna say, no, you have no small shop. You have something that I can only dream of. I'm gonna toss some pictures how this constructed. Basically, this is the corner of my living room, and this is what I had to work with. I mean, I have a frame jig over there. I'm gonna do a full shop tour, because a lot of you probably also don't have a lot of space and want to see how to get things done. But I have a mill, I have a lathe, I have a frame building fixture, I have pretty much all my storage here, and you know, you have to make do with what you have. If there's a will, there's a way, as the expression goes. I'll definitely post a shop tour how this was constructed, and give you some tips on how to optimize small space, or not to be so annoyed by it. But again, it hasn't really been a limit for me. All the electronics were designed here, everything was prototyped. I still do quite a bit of prototyping. That's my prototype box up there. I don't know if the camera picks it up, and my components are all here. And I have built award-winning bikes. My second place Concorde machine winning bike. I've built multiple Concorde machine bikes here, and all that, so it never really has been a limit. I've built a full cargo bike here, my cargo e-bike here that you've seen in other videos. I have welded it here. On the positives, it makes you very creative. I learned to weld and tack with my left hand. I'm right-handed. And all that kind of stuff. Obviously, my paint I do outside, and I can only do it when it's nice weather. I can only TIG weld because I cannot use the flame here. That's why I only braze only when necessary, when it's nice weather. But it would be to move to a bigger space. Honestly, don't know how I'm going to do it, and it's quite a bit of an investment, and it's a bit off season now, so we see how we're going to do it. I'm going to keep this for a bit. Probably going to move all the heavy machinery and all that out of here, my frame building stuff. And the electronics are probably going to be the last to leave, because this is what currently pays the bills. But this is the first big piece of news. So the next important piece of news, I actually have a new button that I had custom made for my devices. This one, it's fully compatible. And what's so special about the button? So first of all, why do you need a button for my devices? Well, this is the prototype of the companion, version 1 of my device with a USB charger. And one of the reasons why I could make it, this is the current version of the Stalker, why I could make it so small is because I could move the button. And also, you know, this is an upside down version, and this one you can flip around yourself if you change bike setups. While this one, if you flip around, the button goes on the bottom. And you will need separate housings and pretty much everything custom, whether you have it upside down or regular. So this was part of the design decision. Also, if you put this under a rack, I mean, you have to reach around and all that, so it's not so convenient. And buttons are not cheap, like this type of buttons, and they're quite big. Let me see. So this is my test button actually that I test devices with, as you can see. Even though they come a bit smaller, but they're quite big. So as you can see, if you compare it to this, it's quite big. I've been using a solution from a different manufacturer, from a competitor. This is it. You might have seen this one. It uses an industry standard connector, same as this one. I mean, all my lights use this type of connectors, if you can see. So the new one is fully compatible with everything else. But so let's bring. So I was using this one. It was not cheap, and again, it was a competitive product, and stock variability was quite sketchy. And the thing is, it also needed a holder like this one with 2 rubber rings, depending on your handlebar size. And sometimes the button would be on stock, but not the holder, and you can't use this without the holder. And also, this button glows blue here. I'm going to put a picture in the dark, which I find kind of nice, but again, nothing is free, and it simply drains a bit the internal battery. And all the electronics in here have some standby consumption. It's micro ampere, so it's very, very small. So obviously I haven't measured this, but I think to glow an LED even like faintly, it probably takes as much as everything else. And also I got feedback that this one is quite squishy, especially when you're riding with glass. I've had this because it has this rubber pad here, so when you press it, it's quite squishy, so it didn't have that much of a tactile feedback. And all of this led me to look for a manufacturer to make this button, and it wasn't so easy actually. And this is one of the stressful things when you're a business owner. I tried various manufacturers that are specialized in I mean, this is all for in the e-bike world. This is basically to control e-bikes. The thing is, you always have to, when you do this, if you're going to order things yourself from China, because this pretty much everything else is done, you have to order samples, because what it looks on the drawing or in the 3D picture is quite different than what you expect. Because actually this button here, I mean, they sent me a sample. This was for any bike control, so you see the plus and minus. So this is the assistance level. But this one, actually, I thought I was going to choose this one purely based on the 3D image. But that's why you should order samples, and usually they're pretty good about it. But you have to order samples with express shipping from China, so that is not cheap. But this one came, and actually the buttons are quite bulky. I don't like the plastic. I mean, I don't think it's any like wall quality or anything, but I just don't like the feel of it. And I don't know if you can hear it. The click is quite... I don't like it. And this is one company that actually were nice enough to send me samples. Well, nice enough, I paid for them. But the one that I actually ended up choosing is this one. And actually when I saw the 3D version of this, I was like, really? That does not look so good. But when I hold it in my hand, it was quite nice. And actually another bonus is they're asking me which kind of connector, because I told you this is a industry standard connector, at least in the bike world. They're asking which kind of connector I'm going to use. I said this one. They said, oh, no problem, so we can send you samples, but let's meet in the middle. We can make you 10, to make it worth a while. You pay 10 instead of just a single sample, and we're going to make it your connector. So it came. It was all very nice, and these are the companies that responded. Some companies didn't respond. Some did not want to work with this one because apparently, in China, I learned about e-bike and cable manufacturing connector families, that they're kind of like royal families back in the day. There's internal feuds, so some of them literally don't want to work with this company. Some of them don't want to change their tooling to work with this type of company. So these are the two that I had, that I came, and I chose this one. And again, this is, besides finding something in a completely different world, this is the very stressful part for a small business owner, because at the end, when you got the samples, but then at the end you have to make an order, and the order, there's an MOQ, minimum order quantity, so you have to order quite some, because the manufacturer has this as a minimum. You can usually negotiate this, but even so, you need to look at it from a business perspective. So the MOQ was okay, but again, you still have to pay it all at once, and you send your money to a random bank account in China, and then you hope. I mean, they say, yeah, it takes 30 days. In 30 days, you don't hear anything. And about day 25, they say, well, your stuff is almost ready, and they show you how they start putting it in boxes. So, pay us now. Well, it was not exactly like this, but it was like 30% upfront, or 50-50, I don't remember anymore. But then comes another thing. So if you have worked with Asia and culture, this is one of those things, when you put in your CV, multicultural experience, it's like they say yes, 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 yes to everything you say, and then they do their own thing. For example, this one, they did not include the numbers that I need for the tax authorities here, basically when you import things from outside of the European Union and all that stuff, and the documents were not in order, so I had to, thankfully the tracking number they provided me was was fine, so I had to call DHL and everything and have it all figured out. But that was also a bit of a headache because it's a couple $1,000s that just went like this. And this process is going, there's a timer running, and usually takes about 15 days until the package is sent back. And once it's sent back in China, you can consider it lost, and they're not gonna give you the money back. And it's a bank transfer, so it's not like PayPal or you have any kind of protection. But I'm pretty happy that this exists now. It gives me a lot of flexibility when designing products, because like the products I'm gonna show in a bit, these ones, is a Dynamo light. I mean, Dynamo lights right now just have a simple switch and that's it. They're quite boring. They only do one thing, they only light up. But there's so many more things you can do, like dimming, high beam, and all that kind of stuff. And with a button, it makes it significantly easier and again gives you flexibilities. And before, with the previous button I was using, I was kind of limited to the top of the line products because this one was quite expensive and availability was limited. But now I have this one, you can order it. And again, if you want to replace the one you already have that glows, you don't like the touch or glowing, I mean, you can buy this one. It's available as an accessory on my website. But this is again one of those really stressful things that you don't realize when you're designing a product and when you're working with manufacturers in China. And this one comes with 2 rubber rings, so if you lose one or you break one, they're pretty durable and attaches on your handlebars like this. Basically, you wrap the rubber ring around. And actually not having to rely on other suppliers or in limited stock for a button leaves me a lot more possibilities to work on new projects. So these are the 2 new products that I want to show you. On top is Sarah, which is a regular Dynamo headlight with dimming. And on the bottom you have the Shadow Ops version because of the black mount. Kerrigan, which is a Dynamo headlight with dimming and high beam. So I have more detailed videos, but just to show you, so let's see which button is which. So with a long press you turn it on. I'm going to go over Sarah first. So this is its base mode. It has 3 modes. So this is low. With a single click you get to the higher mode, and with a double click you get to even higher. So again, put it into base, double click is full, and you can get out of it. And it has the STV0 cutoff, as you can see right there. And let me switch it off and turn our attention to Kerrigan. So Kerrigan is the Shadow Ops version, so it has a high beam function. So let's turn it on. There you go, it's a bit cooler temperature LED. It has the cutoff, and with a single click you put the high beam on. There you go, you get it on top, and with a double click you get the extra power mode, so it's similar. And with a single click or double click you can get out of the full power mode. And as you can see, the LED indicator changes. And as they're both purely Dynamo powered, they don't really have any buffer electronics inside. They have super capacitors for Standlight that gives you light a couple minutes when you stop. But when you stop, it's nice to have the rear light on. So as you here see the silver mount, silver is for Standlight, and it also has the band, just so I recognize it. But the orange one does not have. So let's turn Sarah on. There you go, it's on. I mean, I go to the modes, all that stuff. But as you see, if I switch it off, the rear light goes off, so basically when you stop. This one has a bit of a stand light. I don't know if the camera picks it up. It takes a bit of time. It takes about a minute of running to charge it fully. But let me show you why I designed the one with the stand light. So let me turn Kerrigan on. This one is connected to Kerrigan. So there you go, it's on. Let's ride a bit, turn the high beam and everything. Play around with it, because this also takes about a minute of riding to get it to 100%. So let's switch it off. And as you can see, the light stays on even after 10 seconds of riding. Like I said, it takes about a minute until the electronics get fully charged up, but in normal conditions that should be okay. So basically, when you stop, you have stand light both at the rear, so rear and the front.